Hello, today we have been discussing a very exciting topic which is also controversial, the subject of generational curses. When we talk about generational curses, we are talking about repetitive misfortunes which were in other generations and they are reoccurring in this generation. Lamentations 5:7 says, "Our fathers sinned and they are no more, that we bear their iniquity," meaning that the passing on or foregoing parents made mistakes which are making the present generation to suffer and to be in pain. The truth of the matter is that politically, socially, domestically, and spiritually, we are seeing a repeat of many things in the lives of our people. But the Bible does encourage us to break things like generational curses because Jesus died on the cross and he became a curse that we may receive the blessing of Abraham as Gentiles. So this morning we were channeling the blessing of Abraham back to the born-again Gentile in Uganda, and we were encouraging our people to check on those indicators which have been highlighted by key scholars to be signs of generational curses existing. And a man called Derek Prince did a survey. Derek Prince went to be with the Lord, but he did a survey and highlighted a few things that may show that you need deliverance from generational curses. And what he highlighted were: number one was premature death, chronic diseases, unwarranted poverty. He highlighted lack of fertility, sibling rivalry, and he also highlighted being accident prone. He said that if you see 5 of these looming and existing within your family, then it would be prudent for you to pray a prayer breaking a generational curse. We may look wider in our national basis and see things which have become repetitive in our politics, in our social lives, and begin to pray against generational curses which are looming and existing in our communities. We know that Satan is legal, and the Bible says again in Proverbs that like a fleeting sparrow, a curse does not alight without a reason. There is always a reason why a curse exists in a circle of people or in a community. So when we are to break such curses, we need to spiritual map, isolate the cause of the curse. Often it's about something that was done which was against the will of God, against the law of God. Looking at the 10 Commandments, one of them God says to revisit is when people make for themselves gods and worship them. Then this releases an energy which is negative, not only to their generation, but the generations to come. When it reaches to a person who's 30 years old in a new generation and they are suffering from such a beginning, then they need to isolate it, then they need to renounce it, then they need to pray, remembering the cross has got the power to take away the curse. And we believe that when those two things are done genuinely, there's a breakage of a curse. The truth is, curses are very difficult to break because they require knowledge. The Bible says you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. A lot of time must be spent in knowing exactly where the curse originates. Good enough, God informs us through dreams and visions for us to map out what is coming against us. He even causes prophets and preachers to talk to you with a word of knowledge, giving you direction on what you are dealing with. And then it goes with consistency, resilience, resisting, and continuous prayer. Innocent children born on the front line of generational curses. The point is that You are not free until you are free. And when you know the truth will make you free. If you know it's a generational curse, then you need to give it prayer. And with the adequate prayer, you will get the breakthrough. You are not innocent. You are responsible to do the warfare and to be free. For the parents, I think I would strongly advise for family altars to be installed and for the family to pray always together to renounce those dominant funny occurrences in your family. Get the family together for prayer and you shall win. God bless you.